right, face. Order, arms. Parade, rest.
Good afternoon. For over 100 years, our community has been honoring our deceased veterans on Memorial Day with a parade and a ceremony. This year, we find ourselves in a difficult and challenging circumstance due to the COVID pandemic. This year, we will continue to honor our deceased veterans on Memorial Day, but a different way. My name is Bill Shanklin, and I have had the honor of being a member of the committee that have planned these parades and ceremonies for several years. No one would be critical of anyone canceling parades, programs, ceremonies due to this coronavirus. We are not canceling our commitment to remembering our veterans, just changing how we're going to do it. As one of our committee members stated the other day, this day is too important to our community not to do something. Someone else said, we will find a way, a safe way, to observe this Memorial Day. Every crisis creates new heroes and tests the character of a nation, community, and individuals. Now, the most visible heroes are the healthcare professionals who are saving others and risking their own lives in the process. These heroes have much in common with the people we have traditionally honored on Memorial Day, Americans' fallen veterans. It is also important not to forget the first responders that play a critical role in saving lives and making our community a safer place. Our motto for our memorial is "We will always remember." This represents a commitment and obligation we continue to support, as evidenced by the events we plan this year for our Memorial Day. I want to say also that I am particularly proud of my community, especially proud of the members of the community, or the commission and the committee that planned the parade and ceremony, because they took a stand and said, it's just too important a day not to do something. So I want to tell you, I'm proud to be a member of this Elmhurst community. I'm proud of our committee members, and now I'm proud to introduce our mayor, Steve Morley.
Good morning. On behalf of the City of Elmhurst, I would like to welcome you all to this very unique 102nd Elmhurst Memorial Day commemoration. I want to thank our Veterans Commission, city staff, the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce, and all of the elected officials who helped make this event possible. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed how we all live our lives. I want to express my deepest sympathy to those who have been directly impacted by this deadly virus. Today is about remembering those who have lost their lives while serving our country and fighting for our freedoms. Freedoms that can be so easily lost if we are not vigilant. We take pride in being part of a community that continues to come together under trying circumstances, joining millions of Americans in honoring those who have proudly served this great country and lost their lives so our lives could be better. In the weeks to come, we will begin reopening our community. I encourage you all to be smart, stay safe, and enjoy your freedom as we maneuver through this challenging time. We will always remember the men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice for us on behalf of our country. Thank you all. God bless Elmhurst, and God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Now I would invite John Quigley, President and CEO of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry, to read the names of our deceased veterans since Veterans Day.
Thank you, Bill. May 25th, 2020 officially marks the City of Elmhurst's 102nd annual observance of Memorial Day following the end of World War I. Instead of staging our traditional Memorial Day parade through downtown Elmhurst, and post-parade military ceremony here at this Veterans Memorial in Wilder Park, the latter since 1993, the coronavirus pandemic has curtailed our ability as Americans to safely gather in large numbers to honor the heroism of the United States military. Pandemic or not, our Veterans Memorial stands here to always remember those men and women who have so bravely served our nation, especially those, as Civil War President Abraham Lincoln famously noted in his Gettysburg Address for the November 1863 dedication of Soldiers National Cemetery in Pennsylvania, those who gave the last full measure of devotion. While cognizant of nearly 100,000 Americans who have perished and are yet to perish during our battle with COVID-19 before that is won, it is my honor and privilege to recognize the names of our veterans who have passed on since our last gathering here on Veterans Day back on November 11, 2019, as will always be our tradition. Charles Anderson, Irvin Blasius, Robert Colombani, Donald Davis, Eugene Delury, Louis DeGagny, Ashley Frank, Lester Feeney, Robert Figarelli, Richard Fergili, David Geiger, Carl Gerhard, Alexander Grozek, Leonard Hansen, Frank Keckstad, Helmut Kilgast, Ronald Laffin, Martin Larson, Terry Lawton, Warren Lauritsen, Kenneth Leonardson, Robert Leverance, James McInnes, Ronald Madsen, John Mayer, Gordon McGee, Denise McSherry, Richard Menard, Charles Millard, Robert Nowak, Robert Parker, Randolph Closel, Thomas Poklin, Dr. Gerard Putz, Salvatore Raimondi, James Riley, Lorraine Roller, Frank Schultz, Robert Serino, Jack Thorpe, George Tockstein, Thomas Turles, Robert Wagner, and David Wilson. As I ask every year, keep these people in your hearts and keep them in your minds. Thank you.
Now I invite our Mayor, Steve Morley, and Ralph Picciano, Chairman of our Elmhurst Veterans Memorial Commission, to place the wreath. Now please join us in enjoying the 2020 Always Remember Convoy.
Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to the 2020 Elmhurst Memorial Day Convoy. This year we are commemorating fallen veterans in a very special and safe way. For years our community has proudly come together to pay our respects to those veterans who have fallen. To continue with our tradition in a safe manner this year, you will soon see the 2020 Memorial Day Convoy. This convoy includes first responder, emergency vehicles, and pre-selected special service and military vehicles. I'm very proud to be part of a community who understands the importance of tradition and freedom. Our freedom today is thanks to the men and women who protect and fight for our country. I believe Harry Truman said it best, as he put it, "Our debt to the heroic men and valiant women in the service of our country can never be repaid. They have earned our undying gratitude. America will never forget their sacrifices." Stay safe, be well, God bless Elmhurst, and God bless the United States of America.
Wilder Park on Memorial Day 2020. Due to COVID-19, there's no parade, but we've got the Memorial Day Always Remember Convoy. We're normally here at the Veterans Memorial to end of the parade. We're having regular coverage here now. The convoy itself consists of primarily first responder vehicles and some military vehicles, some private cars. We've got the police and fire departments and Superior Ambulance, as well as some representatives from the military that would normally be in prominence here on a Memorial Day Monday. Want to have a special shout out really to Mayor Morley and Alderman Mulliner and Alderman Brennan. It was their idea, along with the American Legion, to still have something, even though we realized we couldn't have a full parade. So with social distancing and masks and being very careful about the crowds, Elmhurst continues its tradition of 102 years celebrating something memorable about Memorial Day. These are some of the private cars going by. John Scudder from the Army, Lieutenant Colonel Marty Jensen from the Army, Major General Edwin Walker, Captain David Fry from the Navy, Brigadier General John Windell from the Air Force. Also have Park District vehicles and some representation from Elmhurst Edward Health, which has been doing such a tremendous job during this COVID-19 crisis. The convoy itself, the convoy itself is 16 miles throughout the 7 wards of Elmhurst, with the route coming within a quarter mile of every resident in town. So the convoy stepped off at the Legion at 10 a.m. and is returning to the Legion. I would say here at Wilder Park, we're about halfway through the convoy's route. These are some of the military vehicles driven by veterans. They may even be their own vehicles, I'm not sure about that. But the convoy itself, 34 vehicles in length. Goes by pretty quick, lots faster than a parade, but every bit as meaningful. As I said, continuing a 102-year tradition. There also are numerous flag displays. You see some flags in the background here at the Veterans Memorial, but there are several flag displays around town at the Legion, fire stations, and other locations. I believe there's 5 in all. So you have an opportunity to see them as we, once again, always remember here in Elmhurst. Convoy is coming to a close, and we'll be shifting venues for more coverage. I'm Ken Bartels from the Community Bank of Elmhurst. It's been my privilege. This is my 25th Memorial Day celebration. Memorial and remembrance.